Well, thanks for your time today, Julia.
Pleasure, Marc.
I want to talk about the innovation pipeline, new products for 2018. But first, I'd like to talk about this idea you were talking about earlier in regards to customer-driven innovation. Can you explain to me what that is and why it's important for you?
Yeah, sure, Marc. I think for us it is crucial to have this privileged relationship we have with our grower customers and with other independent stakeholders in the agricultural industry, because they really see things coming very early. They either see it in their field themselves, so we have some resistant weeds that one grower sees for the first time in his field, and then we can derive the mid to long-term development of this trend. But also, obviously, scientific university research work. We work very closely with people that really go back and analyze the resistance traits and diseases in weeds. So this all helps to define our long-term research targets to make sure we really invest in those big research projects to find solutions for those challenges we see perhaps emerging today, but that are not yet critical. And then sometimes we also forget that innovation encompasses other things than only the molecule. For example, formulation. What does a grower really need? What is user-friendly for him? What is applicable to his material, to his way he works? He has perhaps hired hands that work with him on the sprayer. What do they see in their everyday, what we could use on our formulations, on our packaging, on how it makes safer and easier to use for them our final products, because a product is a formulation of an AI in a certain packaging.
You also mentioned something earlier today when you were speaking in regards to getting to the hearts and minds of growers. How do you do that? How do you get into the mind of a grower?
Yeah, so it is, the word is really capturing their minds. So we certainly don't want to see as someone who is going into the thought process of someone, but capturing their minds and hearts is this engagement we take, that they will have a constantly, consistently positive experience with their BASF colleagues or partners, and that independently from an individual person. So we have very strong individual relationships already in the field, but we want to make sure we train and coach our people and our values in the company to long-standing relationships that really can be applied on all the people working with BASF and for BASF. And it's sometimes the same, it is easy questions. For example, how do you want to communicate with us? Do you want to receive an email, or do you want to see me once a week? Or do you prefer Twitter or something else to be in contact with BASF? Instead of pushing down on them communication tactics we have developed, and we actually never asked them, what do you prefer to receive? What's the kind of information? Do you want to get agronomic advice? Do you want to get commercial conditions of our products? Do you want to be invited to shows, to trade shows, or more to the scientific symposiums? So really make sure what the grower is in his, what drives his decision, what drives his behavior on his farm is also in our hearts and minds.
Seems like that would entail a little bit of a paradigm shift for BASF from the old style way of thinking where companies traditionally advertised products, trying to sell products, to getting more personally involved with your customers. Is that?
Absolutely. I mean, you can write books about going from push to pull, and that's where we come from. So there is a lot of a mind shift, I think, in every marketing strategy at the moment. But for us, it is easy because we work with customers that are on their farms for more than one generation. So build a relationship with someone who's going to be there and who's going to be successful on his farm for a long time is a very easy ground to really build human relationship. If you have a very short-term business target with a customer, you might not be invited to really follow the theory and the strategy. So for us, it was really natural to say, okay, let's make sure we really sincerely build this trustful relationship. And everybody was like, yes, that's actually what we do. So now we push it even further, and we also try to do it on all levels of the company, not leave our sales team alone with it, but really consider that everybody being part of a team needs to deliver this experience to our customers.
Innovation pipeline, new products, new seed applied products for 2018. What's coming down the pipe? What can we expect?
Yeah, so I can talk a little bit about Intropulse, which is our new fungicide seed treatment we introduced actually already in 17 on pulse crops, but we'll also introduce it in 18 on soybean. And that's another typical example. So it protects, it's a systemic seed treatment that protects against all major diseases, but it also has these excellence benefits coming from our F500 molecule. And that's another link to what do growers really need. They have so harsh seeding conditions. If they can seed a week earlier, because really we show that this excellence benefits allows the crop either to go better through harsh conditions or to emerge stronger and earlier in equal conditions. And that's something growers really appreciate. The same as it is registered on flax. Not a lot of people think about flax, but flax is really, really tough to treat with a seed treatment because of the small seed. And we have a flowability and an applicability to flax with this seed treatment that really changed the life of people that tried it. And we have really nice pictures where you see that these, what we call our purple oceans, really emerge differently, and the crop goes up to harvest with another quality than without our seed treatment.
So you're giving them even more options or more tools in their toolbox.
Yes, so it's not only about the efficiency of these chemical ingredients, but really how do we formulate them and how we push our formulators to really see this is going on a flaxseed. Do you know how a flaxseed looks like and why it's so tough for the grower to apply a chemical to this tiny seed?
Looking forward to it. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Marc.